All right, so this is the block I lived on. I didn't live out here for that long. I lived out here for like a year, but a lot went on. I'm gonna leave it at that. You gotta check other playlists, other segments, maybe piece together some stuff. You gotta treat it like the mystery of who shot Biggie and Tupac. You gotta piece together certain sneak disses, certain subliminals. They did a lot of these facades and facials, whatever. I'll be sure. Redid that when we were moving out. I think I told that story before. Like, I don't know if all these trees were down here. I don't remember all these trees, like trees being in bloom. I don't remember this much shade out this motherfucker. But I've showed the building I lived in before. It was this joint right here. I think it was like 2243. That's the joint I lived in. You can see the, and like I said, when I used to listen to that Lil Wayne joint, that's where I could see the city skyline from my bedroom. It wasn't the bedroom. The bedroom was up there at the top. What's up? The second floor was where our living room is, where that little dip back there is, where the shade stops and the sun. That's where on the first floor for us was our kitchen. Then up there it was the bathroom, but you can see like the skyscrapers and stuff from the bathroom. This isn't new, but like all that, like the second, third editions and all this, there's stories about that. I'm not going there. Right here was another spot where people would park every once in a while in their Buick Centuries and Regals and bang Siegel. Don't ask me. I could see outside the Chinese store because that's where people hung out at. Now they keep this much better. It's kind of segregated from Madison Square. This is St. Albans. This is called something else. I forget. But I don't know if they got a prestige. It's a lot brighter. Now I'm joking. Like don't take my joke. That's nothing to get canceled for. But you see Haley Joel Osment's character walk out of here, one of these houses. I don't know the address, but one of these houses, and go down that way, go north, and hit that church up the block. That's in the beginning of the movie, so it's not really that much else you see from this block. I think you see this block maybe one or two more times in the movie. Don't ask me where Bruce Willis's character lived in the movie, but you know. Now you get the walking tour historian. Like I told you, I was going to get my curate on. They got the nice little patio furniture out here. It's nice. I don't like having a shadow in the picture. I hate that. But sometimes I'm not paying attention to it. They got a lot of bird feeders out here. Bird feeders. I don't know if they have a fountain feature in there. They can put one in there, but who would pay for it? I don't know. It's like a botanical garden type feel with the colonial type buildings. So. Like you see the colonial feel of the buildings and stuff. Across the street, like I said, on other segments, walking toward Briefs, you got the Naval Base Apartments over on Grace Ferry Avenue. That's Grace Ferry Avenue over there. Not right here where that truck, but where the other one in the far distance went down. If you can super snoop past, you got the Vespa. Like, you know, when we talk about rotten bitch, now, if from an urban environment, you know what rotten bitch means. It's a joke. Some people get upset with the joke, but it's a joke. I like with the colonial backdrop. I like it. That's real artsy with the colonial backdrop. Because, you know, in Europe. But anyway, it's the passenger seat. It's not a sexist thing in the urban environment. So, you know, to have a dude-on-dude situation with riding a Vespa, not the Honda scooter. The Honda scooter has a little masculinity to it. Now, I'm joking. It's nothing to cancel me for. Yeah. It's just the Vespa is smaller and it's a little bit more tight quarters. So riding bitch man on the Vespa, I don't know how logistically feasible that is now. We're on Grace Ferry now. Now, it's a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Please do not. That's the church right there that Haley Joel Osment walked in the movie. You've seen me down here before taking pictures. This is the Naval Square apartment, Johns. You've seen that. Like, I don't know, because I don't feel like walking up here to show you the red doors that you see. Red is a big thing in the Sixth Sense. For those who have not seen Philadelphia in the Sixth Sense, I will not give you a spoiler or a teaser, but red is a key aspect in the psychological M. Night Shyamalan. Now, I like M. Night. Don't get me wrong. I like M. Night. And I love psychological thrillers. I like Unbreakable. I like the last one, Mr. Glass. The red doors over there, Mr. Glass. The middle John, I don't know if I didn't see it or if I didn't pay attention to it. But like even down some of these streets, like Fitzwater and Bainbridge and Lombard and all the other back blocks around here. So you got Grace Ferry, 24th and Grace Ferry and St. Albans. They got like, it's crazy. You see how they putting this house up like that right here in the middle. You got the iron architecture, the Flatiron building or whatever it's called. And then they're putting up a whole structure, blank canvas, blueprints, engineering, and sweat. And like, you know what I mean? Then it's in the middle of all the colonial and stuff like that. Some revitalized, some maintained, some you got the porch or the ceiling deck. That's probably gonna have a deck up there. They got the exit out into the ceiling. But you know, with all the houses that were down here, like I said, when we were moving out, they were starting to do the revitalization. They're still working. Like, if you haven't been down here in a while, a lot of these things might be new to you. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you're from this part of the city, that's what I'm saying. Now, if you are here on a doom day, not to knock a doom day, don't gaslight my stuff. It might not be as distinguishing to you because it's like you just here for the festival. Nothing wrong with that. Obviously, I don't run it. I have been to it. I've been to it a couple times, even though I didn't know it was down here for most of my life. Tale of Two Cities, I'm rediscovering. I'm trying to encourage people, get off the blocks, get out into these neighborhoods, mingle, co-mingle. You see the Chop building in the distance. That's on this side of the Schuylkill, the South Philly side of the Schuylkill. Some of these houses in that complex are new. They say it's bigger than it looks. Like, I remember this was the closed naval base when I lived down here. A lot of this stuff, I don't want to say it was rundown houses, because it wasn't, but there were houses that were like boarded up or abandoned. A lot more than now. Like, if you like the colonial feel, some people like the colonial rustic feel with some modernization in the rooftop decks. Got the pergola up there. I was trying to figure out how I could do a pergola. Like, I know how to do it, but I want the budget right now with no money, but I found, it looks like they're gonna put a cap on their joint, but they got the pergola. Like, I know how to make the pergola material-wise, and that's the thing, the material-wise. Like, I want to put one in my backyard, side yard, the breezeway yard, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, I have this money that I found that belonged to me, but I'm trying to conserve the rest of it because, like, you know, I'm still out of a job. I'm still unemployed. So I'm still trying to make the best decisions and best uses out of the funds I have. Now, I'm going to come down. I'm going to go down to Grays Ferry. Well, I'm on Grays Ferry, but I'm going to go down to Washington and Grays Ferry. And I'm going to cut back over and head back east. I'm going down here because, like I said, like all this is, even this iron building, like I said, when I was living down here, it was plants and stuff like that. How you doing? How you doing? It was plants and factories and stuff like that down here. So like it was houses, and these houses were down here. But like I said, like they really revitalized them, remodeled them, put that TLC in it that really helps the neighborhood and helps the property value, helps draw professionals and black yuppies and people you don't want tearing up your shit. Yeah. And at this point, I don't care how you feel about it, because that's just adulting. Like, I ain't a Republican, but I'm definitely adulting. I'm about to tell y'all about yourselves heavily. These little bastards get on my nerves. You see the smokestacks in the distance? You see more of the modern architecture in the back block. So, you know. He's not coming. Now, you see me walk across the Grays Ferry Bridge in the Southwest. But like I said, I'm gonna go down to Washington Avenue. Like I said, my legs is feeling all right. I should have a good amount of battery life left, but that can be deceiving because, you know, when you're dealing with technology and the technological age, it can be unpredictably predictable at times. Like, see, this is all the old mills and plants and stuff. It's industrial and residential. From what I was told, you're supposed to separate it with commercial, but I'm sure they worked that out. I'm sure they're aware of any defects or third legs that have feet on them, popping out of babies and children and the like. Like I said, right here, that's where you see more new stuff. This is Graduate Square, see? So, like, you know, I guess depending on, like I said, who you ask, this is still considered the Graduate Hospital area. Now, like I said, I was watching what I was watching, and they were saying that this is the devil's pocket. But there used to be a hot dog store right here. I like the concept of the hot dog store. I like the concept of the gated small community. Yeah, I see people playing in the courtyard. I have to get away from some stalkers. So when I get back to my job and I get fully licensed, I'm gone. And if not, I'll be on Frankfurt and Columbus Boulevard over by Spring Gardens and them tall towers. But I'm not going to tell you that now. See, this is more of the plant. I don't know if this is electrified, but I ain't touching it. Yeah. But, you know, now it's the doggy daycare. So maybe they just flipped and parlayed. Maybe they went from hot dogs to the doggy daycare. It was like, we tired of the dead dogs, it's dead weight. We want to play with the live dogs. So they got a little play set over there. That's some future goals. In the distance, you can see some more of the new modernized with the raw bass in the background. Oh, you're a Dallas fan. I shouldn't have let you go by. I feel even dirtier in there. My mouth feels parched and dry. My knees feel weaker now. Like, I feel like I'm gonna turn green. We'll be back.